Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video is composed of things that I tinkered with throughout the day. For step-by-step detailed instructions of those tasks, you can click on the links in the comment section below. This video should contain tips and tricks of things that I've learned throughout the year. Now, I only plan on leaving this video posted for about 30 days. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. Round 2 for today. Replace these coolant hoses in Queen Bee so Diane can have heat if we need it. You know, really, man, I'm not a heat person. I can do pretty well with no heat, but I wouldn't want to do that to Diane, so I'm gonna pull Queen Bee around here and replace these heater hoses hopefully within an hour. Then I'm gonna load up the car and we're gonna head to Louisville. Look at it. Queen Bee has lost no coolant in the past few hundred miles, so pretty sure the problem was those heater hoses. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap those out. My daughter drove Queen Bee last day or two. She said she was not comfortable driving Queen Bee around. Didn't want nobody to bump it, scratch it, nick it, run it off the road. Anyway, let me open up this box, make sure I have the parts I need for this, and get to cracking draining this coolant. I have the 2 heater core hoses, part number for the short one, part number for the long one. I'm not sure which one goes top or bottom. I think the long one goes in the top, the short one goes in the bottom. I'm just not sure. Then I got the coupling in case I damage it pulling these hoses out. I don't think I pulled them out when I replaced the engine. I think I disconnected them from the engine. That may be what caused them to leak, putting those hoses back on. At any rate, we'll go ahead and get this stuff apart. I also got an intake manifold gasket Volvo style for Panther when I get back home. Let me get something to lay on this ground so I can crawl around on the ground, get this air scoop off, and I probably should have put this car on the ramps since I haven't. Let me go do that as well. My buddy James gave me a gang of gloves, feel like 6 mil. Great to have when tinkering. Great stocking stuffer for Christmas time. Never can have enough rubber gloves. I go through about 50 a month, really. At least. Inlet, pull the air box, pull the turbo inlet tube, drain the coolant. Really, once the coolant drains down in the pan, you can plug it back up. Just trying to get the coolant level lower than these 2 hoses. So now I'm going to identify the hoses, which the top hose goes to the side of the engine here under the distributor. The bottom hose goes to the pipe on the engine, kind of behind the turbo. So let me go ahead, cap off my radiator drain, since I don't need any more drain under that. Pull this bypass hose, hook up my coolant lines. So the plan is you push in slightly on the coolant lines going into the firewall coupling. You squeeze the tabs and you massage those lines out. Hopefully in doing that you don't break the coupling. If you break the coupling, then you got to replace it. Then I'm probably going to take the seals and stuff out of this one and use the new seals to install the new lines. So let me see if I can get the top one out first, then the bottom one, and then insert them, and then work on getting the lines disconnected from the engine. I want to be bumping my head on the hood, so again, lower the hood just a little bit, flip that tab down on both sides, then you can raise the hood up about 90 degrees. So give me more space to work with. I heard popping noises from both hose connections, top and bottom, so I'm going to assume that firewall coupling is damaged and I'm going to go ahead and try to remove that from this outside before I remove my bypass hose, because if this starts taking too long, I'm just going to go without heat till I get to Oklahoma. Have two T15s here. They are coming out easily, so I'm going to go ahead and pull them. Then I'm going to go inside, pull a heater core, and then pull the pipes from the firewall, and then swap that coupling over. So let me continue to pull these two T15s. Retainer pull, this is a good time to buff that if you got those buffing pads. Now I can go inside and get that heater core lines pulled, swap this stuff over. Ouch, I got a power amp here. I'm going to try to pull that core loose from the pipes, pull those pipes out without removing the heater core. As you can see, the couplings up there, let me get a light on. The couplings up there behind the gas pedal. So it is a struggle a little bit to get it out. So hopefully I can get it out without trying to unbolt that gas pedal. Get those pipes out first. So let me see if I could take this screw out of the pipes, disconnect it, and then get that out of there. Learned a little trick. Pulled this pin out a little bit, and the gas pedal comes loose and out of the way. Got kind of a spring clip on it, so don't lose that. But I just had to pull that out a little bit from that passenger side, and it popped out. That should help me get this out easier. I believe I have that screw loose under there for the heater core. Right there. Didn't come out, but I think it is loose. So I'm going to try to push that loose from the heater core and maneuver that out of there. May have to pull those lines out of the coupling. I took two screws loose from the heater core, the up one and this back one. That allowed the heater core to pivot over to the amp. And now this is pretty much loose where I can maneuver it out of here. So let me maneuver this out of here. It's almost out. And let you know if I had any difficulties or did anything special. Really pulled it, and the plastic flexed and pulled out. But as you can see, pulling on it disjointed the coupling too. So maybe a good thing that I'm doing this. So let me put this pipes on the coupling. All you got to do is squeeze that in and release the pipes from the coupling. Then I'm going to put the new coupling on. These couplings are different than the ones on the new piece. I'm going to put the screwdriver under there, or just lift this off and slide this off. If you notice, this is supposed to be arranged spacer, seal, and then this big spacer. The new ones actually has a large spacer there because these pieces don't have it. But I'm going to slide those off, wipe them off, and I'm just going to slide them in. I'm not going to pull that stuff apart. I think if you just slide this stuff in, it'll clip in place. Now, just to compare it with one of these, they actually look identical, but I know the ones on the outer pipes are not. So I'm going to put that back in place, pop those pipes in it. Wiggle those in, and they locked in place. So let me go ahead and push this past that pedal, get this to where it's in the access hole, and put the heater core back in. Now, people like to bypass this coupling and all that stuff. Man, this is 22 years old. Something that lasts 22 years I'm impressed with. And for 45, 50 bucks, I'm all in. It was difficult getting that in there with the hoses in, so I pulled the hoses or the pipes off of it. Now I got all this stuff stacked on here, and I'm going to maneuver them to plug them in. With the pipes plugged back in and that in place, I'm going to go outside and secure that. Then I'm going to hook it up to this heater core. Then I'll hook up those two heater hoses outside. after I attach this accelerator pedal again. Not sure if this fracture happened when I pulled the line out or when I pulled the pipes through the firewall, but I grabbed this, was sliding it out of its chamber, and it is broken in half, so it's a good thing I did get that coupling. Let me go ahead and unscrew the clamps on these hoses, on this bypass hose, and get that replaced so I can fill this thing up with coolant. Alright, I got that clamp down there tightened. Hopefully I didn't rough up my cam and crank sensor too much. So my next step on this is to plug this hose in back here. Let me pull myself over the engine and slide that hose in, and you should watch it clip in as it slides in. I don't think I got anything under there that should be trapped under the hose. There it is. Massage it in there till you hear it click. Probably gonna take 2 hands. Let me use 2 hands. I'll set this up here. Maybe it'll stay and still be filming. You can see just the edge of it. Huh. It snapped in, but I didn't hear it. Because when I tried to pull it out, I could see it flexing the plastic. So it did lock in. Alright, let me put my air tube on, run my vacuum, and be done. Top off the coolant. Where I put this together, my bypass, actually that's my wastegate actuator line is torn. That's not good. So I'm going to trim that back, reconnect it, and get some vacuum line for that. This is the same vacuum line that is used for your water, spraying your water around. So actually I could probably take this piece here, can always replace that later, and run that to my wastegate. Everything is together. Time for me to fire it up, put my tools away, let it warm up, see if I got any leaks, hopefully let it cool down while I'm loading the car, and top off the coolant. Because I'm probably about 30 ounces low. Got to fill up the heater core, and I lost a little bit from debris getting in it. Fired right up, holding in the bottle so far, no evidence of leaking. Let me look down here, see if I see anything dripping down here. Nothing at all. I should be good to go. Back it off this ramp, put this stuff away. Down here at the junkyards in Louisville, Kentucky, running 2.5 hours behind, which means I only have a half hour to get to the pool pickup part. So I'm gonna try to breeze through these other two, get over the pickup part before they lock me out. Just looking for a couple of jewels. You gotta have, can't leave, you know. It's got a good passenger side corner light, a decent manual seat, XC90 here. Neither one of them have a tow hitch. Not sure if the XC90 has anything good about it. Looks like it has a 5-cylinder, so it has a R exhaust manifold, if that manifold is still there. Looks like it is. So might want to come get that stuff if y'all want it. C70 convertible, little brakes, couple of good lights, standard anti-sway bar, passenger side sun visor, has some trim in here. Somebody may want to come get this stuff. old dog got a C70 coupe. I'm just trying to see if it has a, yep, transmission cooler down here. Somebody may want to come get this. I should just cut those hoses off, see if it'll come off real quick. I don't have my dang on knife. No grill, 2 sun visors, some trim, decent passenger seat. It's a coupe. Somebody needs it, come get it. I took the oil cooler line for myself. Queen bee, baby. Pull apart. I thought they closed at 5:30. It's a C70, sun visors and stuff, but they don't close till 5:30. So I got a few minutes looking for a few things for me and my viewers. You see, looks like it's got another transmission cooler. Let me see this. Trans cooler, I'm gonna get my speed gun. In this 96 base 850, somebody's trying to get them dirty, but they still look good. I'd come get them if I was somebody. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.